A couple of months ago I made a video on thalidomide, a 3-part video, and I decided to translate the German text into English, so now you can watch these 3 videos in English. As I am not an expert on technical things, please excuse it's not perfect, far from that. And please watch these 3 parts in the correct order, otherwise you won't get my points, you won't understand it. Even if you watch in the correct order, it's difficult to understand because we've been spoon-fed lies, so many lies, throughout our lives, so watch with an open mind and pause if necessary. And of course, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them, and I will try to answer them. Thank you for watching. Welcome to Mehr Wahrheit 1, Thalidomide Part 1. Thalidomide is a structural derivative of the barbiturates, the basis for opiates. Most people rather know the name under which it was sold in the beginning of the 1960s. Contergan. Pregnant women who took this opiate gave birth to children with terrible deformities. It took many years and endless trials until the producer finally paid compensations to the confounded families. This scrupulous test on humans was not unwanted or an unpredictable catastrophe. Especially in the 3rd part of these videos, I'll show when and how thalidomide was used in a totally different field. First, we go to a topic that seemingly has no connection with thalidomide, but only seemingly. Before the 19th century, there were only 3 animal parks worldwide. On February 12th, in 1809, Charles Darwin, the so-called father of the evolution theory, was born. First opening of a zoo in 1828, parallel to the establishing of the evolution theory in London. In 1831, Darwin starts his 5-year navigation on the HMS Beagle. See his Freemason hidden hand sign. Here's Darwin's wife, so-called, of course a transgender. In 1839, Darwin's report, Theory on the Origin of the Coral Reefs, etc. Hastily, zoos are opened everywhere. In 1838, Darwin develops his theory on the adaptation of the surrounding and natural selection. This gives a scientific, so-called explanation of the ontogenetic development of all organisms and their splitting up in various species. Of course, bullshit. In 1842 and 1844, Darwin writes short reports on his theory, but they were not published. In 1858, Darwin, as well as Albert Russel Wallace, published the theory of evolution. In 1859, Darwin's main work on the origin of species. In German über die Entstehung der Arten. The opening of zoos never stops. In 1871, the publishing of The Descent of Man and Selection in Relation to Sex. Deutsch, die Abstammung des Menschen und die geschlechtliche Zuchtwahl. More zoos worldwide. The term zoo is very satanic. Z is the symbol for flesh or lightning. This is Satan. It's biblical. Look it up. The two letters O numerologically code for 6. Thus, a 3-letter word is a powerful invocation of Satan. It's Satan 66. Realize this. Darwin, with typical Mason hand sign, he's holding his hat as if it was a magic wand. On April the 19th in 1882, Darwin dies. Zoos had to be established worldwide to push fake evolution theory on as many people as possible. Before Darwin and the massive establishing of the zoos, people knew they were living in God's creation. In the beginning, the zoos displayed simple bred animals, then going to more difficult bred animals. Increasingly, also fake animals like pandas, platypus, koalas, great apes, etc. were shown in zoos. Of course, aquariums were also important for the brainwashing of the people. I'll end with some typical depictions of the animals on Noah's Ark. In part 2 and 3 of these videos, I will show that all of these animals are either bred by man or fake. Horses, giraffes, ostriches, bears, tigers, lions and cats, monkeys, parrots, pandas, zebras, koalas, dromedaries, rhinoceroses, elephants, deer, antelopes. If these pictures of Noah's animals were correct, we'd see some small and insignificant pairs of animals, mainly Felidae, cat-like, Canidae, dog-like, small odd-toed and pair of ungulates, small mammals or martens, maybe lizards and some birds. Thanks for watching. More to come in part